Okay, welcome to tonight's game. It's a slightly different thing this time, not ITSL. We're going to do my first game in the Nordic League, which has just started. And we've actually managed to get 10 different players together, all of them Swedish, apart from this guy who's Danish. But still, 10 players is impressive. I'm playing Jons today, and um, just to be clear, there's something up with with OBS. I can't seem to be able to get the name right of the stream, so I think it's going to say that I'm playing Daniel Squindo, but that's obviously not true. This is a Swedish game. I'll look into that later on, but I can't be bothered to do it now. So apologies for that. It's not Daniel Squindo. I can change it later, but if you're watching the stream live, then it'll look like that. But without further ado, let's get to it. So Johan has not been playing Twilight Struggle for a while, as far as I know, but I think he used to play, or at least not in the community that I play in. And but he used to play it before, and it looks like we have almost the same rating, so this shall be interesting. I think I've probably played him at some point, but because he was already on my friends list, but I don't recall. Let's check. Okay, so we played twice actually. One win and one loss. All right, I'm the US of A. Again, quite a well, I don't know. It's an all right starting hand. It's not great. It's not terrible. Do I go for the Middle East headline here? I don't think so. Got to deal with the Gaul anyway, but I guess that's kind of no, because when I said Middle East, I meant Marshall. Do I go for the Marshall headline? But I'm going to go with the Middle East headline. I'm much more comfortable with that. Especially since I have NASA as well, I know it's safe. There we go, socialists. Alright, so Italy might be in danger. We'll see. He went for the Yugoslavia setup there, which, I mean, it's... the difference is minor compared to Austria, but it's still kind of interesting because my impression is that Yugoslavia is a little bit more old school. Okay, so yeah, that's not good. I can play Marshall now, and then he has to he will still take Italy, but I think it's still probably worth getting a couple of influence out there. So De Gaulle is my. I mean, I want to trigger it and just accept it. I think maybe not right now, but at some point. Just eat it. Okay, Warsaw Pact, and he goes into Italy as expected, and also threatening Pakistan. I've got the war. I don't think I have to worry about that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up France so he doesn't do that. Just by using independent reds, I think. And if he goes into Pakistan, then I can coup him with maybe Comic-Con. US Japan and a coup. Yeah, that was always a possibility as well, of course. That means I'm going to counter coup. Iran. Nice. Spacing would be nice as well. I can send Arab-Israeli war to space because it doesn't help. Fidel for influence. Alright. Oh, protecting Italy. It doesn't go into Pakistan, so should I do that then with the war maybe? I mean, he's got the China card, but then I get the China card, so that's nice. I don't need the mil-ops, so I think I'll do that. Should have gone into Malaysia by now as well. That's a mistake, definitely. Maybe rather than filling up France, that's what I should have done. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm going to give him NASA now. Middle East has already been scored. I'm kind of safe in Iran. Just go into India to make sure I might get that instead, and then he has to fight for it. He also has to overprotect Pakistan. If I have time, I might space Arab-Israeli war. Or I might just play the goal, but it's not really... Wow, interesting. Okay. So he went for... rather than the space ops. The space VPs. Okay, so I don't really want to trigger Arab-Israeli at this point. If I triggered a goal, then I have to spend it all on France. But I also don't really want to leave him with domination like that. Is there anything I can do? I mean, he knows that if he gets Asia scoring, there isn't really anything I can do to stop him. I think I might just space this. Damn it. Alright. I could do CIA, but it doesn't really help me in Asia. Duck is 3 points. That kind of upsets if he headlines Asia scoring. But that also gives him the opportunity to grab something in Asia. Hmm. Well, I don't know. I think I might just want to go for the VPs here. Even though, like, if he opens up something in... okay. It's not great, but... Question is, does he have the headline? Or does he have the scoring now? But it does stop me from being able to take Pakistan with the China card. Okay, so I think we can probably assume he doesn't have the scoring. Or he's getting greedy. That could be another option. I mean, I've got the Korean War, so is this stupid? I think it probably is. Should I just try and get to these one-stab countries before he does? But if he had the scoring, I think he might... I don't know. I don't know. I might have... If I have a good hand, if he has a good hand and he knows I'm scared, then he might want to just go for a lot of points in Asia. He could score it now. That's an option. There we go. 7 points. Well, he got 1 more point out of all of this. I don't know. He's also set up for a nice mid-game, so might have been worth it. Let's go to space. I need to hold this for the blockade. I kind of want to trigger the call, but not while I'm purged. But I can't space Korean War, so let's space the call. I might regret that. I think I kind of deserve to be in space by now. Especially since he got away with, like, he completely disregarded. Oh yeah, I forgot that. I'm not, because I'm purged. Doesn't really help. I didn't have any 4-ops, right? No. So I couldn't do anything about blockade anyway. That really, really hurts. But at least I've got ops to fight for it. If he's got a 4-op now, I'm going to be depressed. Well, containment. Alright, so I don't really... I mean, now Korean War is... I I mean, I definitely can't play D-Style, so it's either Korean War or the China card. I've got the I've got the bonus now from the China card. I could just grab like could take back Pakistan. That would put us at 4-4. That's not bad actually. Because also Korean War gives him Milops, 2 VPs, and then also he's quite likely to win the war, so that's another 2 VPs. It's not really doable. But that's okay. Too bad I gave him back the China card, but he's not expecting this now. He knows I've got Europe scoring. He knows about all of this apart from these two, I think. What do I know about him? He's got a 5-year plan. He's got nuclear test ban as well, I think. Yeah. So quite a lot of ops there. No, we saw Suez, but there's any more red cards? Red threes? No, I don't think so. He's got Truman and Decol. Yeah, it's not a bad hand. Kind of want to take back Germany before I play Europe scoring, but then again, he knows I have it, so he knows about defectors, so he's not going to headline anything important. I think I'm just going to go with this. That kind of leaves me with a weak hand, but I think I'll be okay. Wow. Okay, so maybe he just sort of he knew I wasn't going to headline defectors because I knew that he knew I had it, so that's a gamble. I thought I might like defect Truman or something. But at least that makes him a little bit weaker. And stops him from taking back Pakistan with the China card as well. But there's definitely going to be one red influence in Thailand. So the question is, will he hold on to 5-year plan? Because there's no scoring that he will want to get rid of anyway. I mean, if he's got Asia scoring, maybe it's better than having to play it, but still. Ideally, I should have been in Angola by now. Angola and Zaire. But didn't really have the ops for it last turn, so. Alright. At least the coup failed. Would have been really nasty if it had been a big roll there. Well, he knows about defectors, so I might as well use it. Take back some. Ooh, hang on. What if you have the scoring again? I can't really do more than that. It's only 5 now. Still quite a lot, but I mean, I've only got 2 ops, so. Hmm. CAA again. Okay, so not a great hand. He's got 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And 5-year plan, no scoring. Oh, I forgot about Olympic Games. Warsaw's been recycled. I think probably Angola is a nice place to be. Surprised they didn't put anything into Africa at all. Okay, let's fill up. What? No, no, not the event. Let's fill up Germany. Did he have a? I mean, he could space 5-year plan, but I don't really see the point. I have a problem. Um, I might have to give him. Suppose I'll have to gamble with Korean War. Yeah, it's my only option, I think. And just fill up a couple of these places. Just hope for the best. Yep. All right. I don't feel particularly happy about how I've played so far. I feel like Asia was kind of I mean, Europe can't really do much about. Middle East, I've been quite lucky to be still in Iran, and that's okay. I mean, it's only 4 VPs, but Asia could definitely have done that better, I think. Um, so now he's holding 5-year plan and UN intervention. Yes. What did he just do? Syria? Okay. Let's go to space. Finally, we are off the ground. Right, so he's holding 5-year plan. I think that's a sensible thing to do, even though he doesn't really have any scorings he doesn't want to trigger. I think I might. I need to go into Zaire, but I would also like to maybe overprotect Thailand a little bit. Or Pakistan, or Panama. Yeah, maybe Panama. Okay, I get Asia scoring. I also get voice, and I get duck. Salt. Central is nice. Could probably just get my 2 VPs from that. Or go for domination, but I don't feel like I have the ops for that right now if I have to worry about Asia as well. It's 4-7. I need to flip something. I also kind of want to get to use duck. It's not entirely safe. It's almost safe. I could also start with voice. That would give me an option for probably just getting rid of Asia scoring right away. Yeah, let's headline voice. Because duck is not. It's a bit of a gamble. Ah, that's a shame. That happens before that. Still though, I mean, this is good. I might get a coup out of this at least. Or a really good scoring if he's very greedy. Probably not. You can probably see that Asia scoring coming from a mile away. But he doesn't really have anything else on the board, so it still makes sense to remove him from Asia. Middle East is not really that interesting. But it's not a nice position to be in as the Soviets here. You have to fill up Asia in a really boring way. And then I can still challenge his domination by grabbing Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia. Right, coup in Zaire probably. Oh yes. 3 ops. He might have it. He might not. I'm definitely scoring Asia then. I don't think I would have gone for the coup there. I mean, he was basically gambling that I did not have Asia scoring, even though I indicated it really heavily. Especially removing from the battlegrounds like that, just to give me domination. I think if I didn't have it, it would make more sense to maybe remove from one of them, like 2 from India or 2 from South Korea, maybe. But does improve his position in Africa, so that's good for him. But I've got the VPs now. And now he kind of still has to repair Asia, giving me Japan in the process, filling up South Africa a little bit. And here is Asia tied now, and it might stay that way for a bit. I'm going to use this opportunity to overprotect Pakistan and Thailand, even though they've already been scored. I just want to be completely safe. And then I think we're going to have to score. I mean, I would like to go into Algeria as well. It's quite important. Ooh, okay. All right. That was fortunate. It was 5+, but still. We all know it always works, so... I'm not going to take the China card right now. I think if he had Asia scoring, he would probably... If he had Africa scoring, he would probably focus a bit more on it, so I don't think he does. I just want to have presence. Maybe I'll hold on to duck. Don't have anything to space. Ooh, okay, he's going for Southeast Asia. I can't give him a Yende, but I can do this. And maybe I should just use duck for ops or salt. Salting voice isn't bad, but don't know if I want to salt right now. I mean, not when I'm -4 on Milops, if I do that. Alright, ball for influence. Okay. Let's just score Central. Be done with it. Does he have Southeast Asia scoring? Is it grabbing Malaysia like that when Asia's been scored? Kind of feels like it does. I think I'll use... And then I'll move in there because he... He doesn't want to give me a coup. What else? Maybe I would protect Algeria. If he coups that, he's not too far away from Africa control. That would be depressing. Ooh. Grains in space. Well, then I kind of have to take Nigeria, I should think. Or I'll score this, because if he then coups Saharan states, then I get to coup. So, might as well do it in that order. Also hasn't responded. Oh, he did. Right. Thought it was a bit impolite. So he didn't have Southeast Asia scoring. But what's he thinking about now? NATO gets triggered, but we've seen special second time around. Yes. So not a big deal. What did he do there? He went to Tunisia? Botswana for the domination, Tunisia. Alright. Saudi Arabia. Okay, question is, do I want to salt? I want to salt for grain sales, probably. Yes, I definitely do. No, the problem is then he gets 4 VPs. I can't do that. But I would love to salt for grain sales. Okay, so I'm just going to have to pick up some Nigeria. Maybe just break something to, like, stop him from queuing if I can. suppose Egypt is really my only viable target. Need to go there anyway, sooner or later. Makes Sadat more interesting. Okay, so how I learned. It's not bad. Quite a red hand, but also I can kind of live with a lot of this. Maybe OPEC is quite bad, and obviously Quag. The rest I can kind of deal with. But then I'll have to play Arab Israeli. I don't like that. But I think how I learned is the obvious headline. It's very flexible as well. So already turn 5, only turn 5 and we've already seen voice and grains. So, alright, now he's going for space. With the captured Nazi scientist. Okay, let's bring it down to 2, shall we? What if I put it on 5? No. Why would I do that? Let's put it on 2. I would have loved to be able to double space this turn, so I won't be able to do that. Portuguese is fine. Socialists is, I mean, it's an empty round, usually most of the time. But it's okay. I'll probably trigger that quickly. I could play OPEC and just break Libya, and then it's only 2 VPs, and it's not that bad. But I think... Yeah. Yeah, no, I kind of have to because I'm going to try and hold Allende. Yeah. So an early socialist, probably. I mean, it's also kind of tempting to self-quag at this point. But I always hate doing that. Especially when the cards aren't, like, horrible, horrible. I mean, Quag is definitely the worst card I've got. The others are kind of manageable. Like Muslim, I could repair. Arab Israeli. Arab Israeli is pretty bad as well because it gives him mill-ops. Okay. I'm not sure about Tunisia there, but let's go Yugoslavia with that. So do I want to self-quag? Now Muslim doesn't... Muslim is even less horrible now. Socialists is fine. Maybe space, so he doesn't... Oh, hang on, now OPEC is actually 3 VPs. I'm not sure exactly what's the main threat here if I do self-quag. Will he take Asia domination? Will he... Okay, he might take France or something. It is worrying. I self-quag. It's basically OPEC is horrible. Arab Israeli. Arab Israeli isn't that bad because he can just get a coup from killing Saharan states anyway. It's only really OPEC and Allende that are my really horrible cards. So it's not worth self-quagging, I don't think. But I'll have to deal with OPEC. I mean, OPEC's going to be 3 VPs. But we can wait with that a little bit. Maybe he's not holding St. Anthony, would never have filled up Egypt. It could be that he's also holding Middle East scoring. Let's go with the space race. Nice. But if he's got Middle East scoring, he would play it now, probably. Or if he wants to take Israel first. But it's a lot of ops for no real, like 5 ops for 1 BP. Okay. Yeah, I should probably have gone into Mexico, actually. But it's been scored, so it's not the end of the world. Let's do socialists while I still can without too much damage. So I don't think he's got Middle East. Don't think he's got Africa. If he did that. I mean, he could have felt like he was kind of in a hurry to get into Mexico because I can just go there anytime. So he might still have the scorings, but I don't think so. Is that everything from France? No, you can't take everything from France. Where else did he go? Italy. Oh, right, yeah, the one in Italy. Okay, is it time to overprotect? Also, why Costa Rica? I don't get that. Time to overprotect France, maybe? West Germany? West Germany, because Billerant is happening at some point. Should maybe have gone for Israel, but I've got Arab-Israeli war, so... I should probably go OAS into Venezuela. Or Argentina, maybe. No points for you. Yeah, I think that's good because I want to be able to spread. I should probably put 1 in each, actually. Mm-hmm. 2 points for me. Yes. I mean, I'm gonna have to play OPEC. Let's face it. Let's do. It doesn't make any difference. Let's open. If I use this to open up Egypt. No, that's pointless. Wait. Let's open up Libya instead. There's 3 points for OPEC when I control OPEC, which that's not bad for him. But I don't think he's got Sadat, so I'm not prepared to wait for that. Here comes the coup. Right. Good enough. But he's leaving Libya open? Huh. I mean, considering that I've got Muslim, I don't really want to exploit it. But he doesn't know that. Not sure what that is about, Costa Rica, but okay, let's go with I mean, ideally, I guess I should probably take. No, let's do this because if it removes me from Jordan, that's not the end of the world. When I play Muslims, I'd rather stay in. Well, it made all the difference. I'd rather stay in Egypt or Libya if I can, if I'm allowed. Mm. Okay, well this goes Brezhnev, Summit. Not the best hour man ever. Let's trigger this. I can walk back into Iran. No big deal. Let's fill up South America a little bit more. He's got plenty of coup targets there now if he wants to try it. Do I need to overprotect? Not right this instance, I don't think. I'd rather fill up these two to make them harder to coup. Although Middle East is coming up, so if he does coup Iran, then I have to fill up Israel. That could get pretty nasty. Let's try. Okay, so we've got quite a mix of good and bad cards here. I mean, I'm definitely scoring South America, but I could get rid of Lone Gunman, Allende, We Will Bury You, etc. with that. So maybe that's the Junta is a good headline. Let's go with Junta, I think. That saves me a lot of trouble. Okay, that's too bad. But it happens first, so I can at least try and repair it if he goes for South America, which I would have done if I were him. Well, it's a really bad roll as well, so I can go for Mexico, and then coup. Wow, okay. That was lucky for me. Very lucky. I mean, since I'm spacing We Will Bury You, I still kind of have to. I mean, I'd love to hold on to Arsenal and try and get rid of Africa scoring or Middle East. But then I'd have to play Allende, and I'd have to play. I mean, Allende I can live with. It's mainly Lone Gunman, so yeah, not really happening. Okay. Well, then I guess puppets is quite handy. Um, where else do I want to go? I don't know. Czechoslovakia? Jordan? Sudan, maybe? Cameroon? Cameroon isn't... I don't know. I've already got a co-target, so I don't really need to tempt him. I've got plenty of co-targets, actually. But yeah, it's also turn 6, so... Holding Ask Not and getting rid of those in those two next turn would be so nice. But there's really no way to do that. Shuttle Diplomacy gives me Asia Domination. But Middle East is happening first. But if I'm lucky and I get to Sadat out of Egypt first and then Israel, I could fill up Israel. Oh well, I need ops. I also need to... Space is important. But I should probably ask not before I space, because then I might draw a card. Let's do this, and then if he spaces, then I get control. Let's put one in Israel. It's about time. We haven't seen Brush War yet. But I don't really think there is any way for him to... Well, if Missile Envy, he could get a... Well, no, it doesn't do anything. Is that mine? No, I don't think so. No. Well, I need to coup, but I can't use any of these cards. So let's just do this. 8 points is quite good. Alright, it gets the 2 points. I'm going to ask not. Panama Canal. I don't know. Might as well let it recycle, I think. I don't really like playing it. I much more prefer him playing it. It is a fairly nice AR7, but I'm sure I can get something better. Not great. Middle East. But if I take Israel and then I bear trap him, then I should be able to... well, if he stays in the trap, might be able to get away with it. How much is it now? It's only 4. So with Israel, it's 3. But we have... No, we did see Arab Israeli. I played it tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I did. And Camp David is definitely coming up. And Sadat. Right, Fidel. Makes sense. Let's fill up Israel with Missile Envy. Oh, but I also need the coup. We've got 3 more turns. If I coup, then I can fill up Israel, and then I have to score. So I can't do Bear Trap. The difference is 3 VPs. If I don't contest Middle East domination, then he gets 3 VPs from that if I fill up Israel. If I put him in the bear trap, I might be able to do that, but then I don't have time to coup, and also I don't get them. Well, it might also not work. Like he's likely to just get out of the trap, so then it doesn't do anything. So I think it's better to coup with this now, so I'm not stuck with that. Probably here maybe. And then I'll fill up Israel, and then I'll just score Middle East scoring. And if he, or I might just score it now and then bear trap him in AR7. That's quite nice as well. That'll cost me 1 VP in the Middle East. Might be worth it. But I also would like East European to come back. Ah, the Pope. Just thinking about the Pope, where he was at. Okay, repairing Poland, repairing that. I could always headline Bear Trap. Let's go for a point here, and then about a point in Venezuela. Or not a point, but some influence. Don't think he suspects Middle East scoring here. But he might well do something nasty that I have to deal with, and then I can't. If he's got Sadat now, nah, he's never going to play Sadat. I get NORAD. Haven't got Canada. And Ecuador. Trying to walk to Chile. And Kenya? I don't know when I last saw anyone fill up Kenya. Is it about like trying to get the country count in Africa? But he's already got Tunisia, so he was already up. He's up 3 now. Well, I have to do this. South America again, nice, and Alliance, and Sadat, and Camp David, and I've got Bear Trap, I've got all the stuff. So normally I'd headline Bear Trap, but I mean, grain sales, or I say normally, I was planning to do it, but grain sales always sort of beats everything. Yeah, sure. So he's got Yasuri. He's got Africa scoring. Um, and then what about early war cards? Oh, he's got Brush War. Have we seen in the Pakistani War? I think he played it. Yeah, he did, yeah. We've seen all these come back. Suez? Not sure if we've seen Suez. No, I think he might have Suez. We saw... Did we see De Gaulle second time? Yeah, we did. Right, so I've got 4 cards. Okay. That's too bad. Wow, that's quite nice. Although not as nice as I would have liked. But we know Africa is coming up, so I'm gonna have to go for a coup in Zaire, I think. It's my only choice. I would like... It's almost like I want to give this back to him. And then coup with grains. So I'm kind of almost helping him here a little bit. I mean, that depends on what else he's got, but there's not going to be any DEFCON cards. Just, well, CIA... No, he triggered CIA. 5-year plan, but doesn't do anything. Duck. I think I had duck, like, here. Yeah. So he's not going to be in any trouble right now. But it's a stronger coup, 3 ops. He's just going to space this anyway. I mean, he's not likely to have anything much more space worthy than this. Let's go with the coup. Nice, beautiful. Right, I've been rolling quite high lately, so I'm grateful, but yeah, that was big. Did cost me Yusuri, and also because of, I didn't actually think of that, but because of Scare, it was only a 2-op roll, and Grains would have been a 1-op, so definitely better to use Yusuri there. There we go. Wow, okay. It's getting on a little bit on the sort of harsh side now for him. A lot of ones. That was 4+, so it could have gone either way. But still. Should we just go for the South America then? Yeah, why not? No, let's do Egypt first because he might be holding that. Who knows? I think he's probably going to score Africa now. Unless he's got some other trick up his sleeve. Not sure what that would be. We've seen South Africa doesn't really do anything. We've seen... I've got Decol. Could be holding D-Style. No, well, I mean, of course he could. Be it reshuffled. But probably not. Alright, I'm starting to feel reasonably confident. Oh, Willy Brandt. Forgot about him. Going for a coup there. Are we doing this now? Can't play Cambridge 5. I would like to play Camp David, but it's not strictly necessary. But I kind of have to. I mean, Alliance definitely for the event. Yeah, okay, let's do it then. It's a shit coup. Well, I can't complain about the dice generally, so I'm fine with that. Alright, so he gave up. I'm glad because there was literally nothing more I could do. If he had couped again, then I would have just given him it. Here comes the scoring for that, 15 points, and then the Alliance gives me the win. If he doesn't have anything, alright, he does. 4 points for that. I'm gonna go boom. 5 points for Alliance isn't bad. Then Bear Trap in my AR7. Ooh, I'm gonna have to deal with a Yende, but that's not too bad. Actually, I could prepare for that by putting 2 into Chile, or 1. So if anyone's coming into this game right now or earlier in the last sort of 45 minutes, I'm not playing Daniel Squindo, as I think it probably says on Twitch. It's because I am somehow unable to enter the details of the stream into OBS. The sort of the 2 panels on the side have just they just disappeared. Don't know what happened. I'll try and solve the problem, but didn't have time to look into it now, so that's why that is wrong. And I am playing U1 Jons, Swedish player in our Scandinavian Nordic League. First game of that league. Of course, on YouTube, the names will be correct, and I can always update them afterwards as well in Twitch, but not before the stream for some weird reason. Okay, let's deal with Allende. Somalia and Peru. I've always wondered why Somalia is a stability 2 country, because someone who grew up in the 90s, it seemed to be one of the most unstable countries in the world, and still kind of seems to be. But I guess it was probably more stable during the Cold War, maybe? Because there's plenty of one-step countries in Africa, and Somalia is not one of them, so. Okay. Again, a mix of very good and very bad cards. Well, this goes to space, obviously. I can UN, or rather UN intervention. This goes to space, but it's actually a very manageable hand. I would like to play this, but he could have Cal or something. It's not really. worth it. I suppose Chernobyl is a decent headline. I'm not sure what I would do with it. Of course, I could headline Duck almost like the only thing that would literally um, ruin it is if he headlines Cal, which is not unheard of. It sometimes happens. So I'm not going to take the risk because I'm in such a good position here. Not really worth it. That means I'm going to do a pretty crappy headline here and go for Chernobyl. Not sure which region I should go for though. Asia is nice. That's a lot of points. Could give me back Europe domination as well. It's probably easier actually. Yeah, let's go with Europe then. It's also historically correct, which, you know, when in doubt, go for historically correct just because it's nice. There comes Quag. Europe. NORAD goes away without not really accomplishing anything. But I've got plenty of fuel for the Quag. And he's in a bear trap as well. Solidarity goes in the trap. I guess I'll put decol. And I'm out. Lovely. See if he comes out as well. He does. Olympic Games. Okay, so he's got a fairly red hand probably. Not a lot of bad cards. Right, but I get the coup, and now I could go for VPs here with Duck. That would actually make sense. Or I could go for the coup, but I mean, it's a lot more risky. Let's go for straight up VPs with Duck. And then all I need to do is get one more point, and I don't really have any way to do that. Unless he's got... There's plenty of 1 VP US cards, so he might have one of those, or 2. Okay, he's going for the country count in South America. I don't really see what that's about. Okay, so we need to do this first, so I think I'll just do that. But I guess I'll fill up... Not 3. I mean... 3, 6, 7... Got 5. I could... Actually, I'm going to go for domination in Europe, because that was the whole point of Chernobyl. Africa's been scored. I don't know why I would worry about Africa at this point. Such a shame not to be able to use Star Wars as well. It's kind of close, I mean... But not close enough. I needed that. That would have been really nice. Okay, he's going for the realign there. I'll just do the coup so that I get Milops. Okay. Catching up in space. Mm-hmm. Well, that's really his only way to threaten to disturb me in Europe. Has he got special? Is that why he's doing that? Might be. And he's hoping that I wouldn't repair the UK. So plenty of other places that would be better for him to remove from, literally like anywhere. Unless he's worried that I have special, that's definitely possible. He could always space special, so it's not a big deal. Unless he's got something really horrible that he wants to space. But I mean, special right now would be the win, so don't think he has it. What influence? Really? Okay. Turn 9. And that should be GG. This is safe. Kitchen also triggers. This is safer. Yeah. Let's see, get some VPs. This very instant. And I'm not sure. Asia is nothing. Middle East is nothing. Europe is nothing. So he has to get a like OPEC or something. Billy Brandt, maybe, if he wasn't reshuffled. He was. Yeah. What else is there that gives him VPs? What's it called? Not that one. Glasnost. Alright. GG, my friend. GG. Alright. I was slightly worried in the beginning, but felt kind of okay most of the game. And towards the end, it felt like it feels like when I got that Asia scoring that I shouldn't have got, like when when I voiced him out of Asia and he went for the coup, that definitely was, that changed my feeling of the game. Uh, the board state was still kind of even then, or maybe in his favor. I don't remember exactly, um, but I felt like that was important, if nothing else, just for my morale. And I got away with a lot of VPs there in the beginning, so even when he did score Asia ones for domination, I was still kind of okay. We were never really too far into the red. It was very beneficial for me, obviously, to get into South America before him, but I did also kind of work towards that. I managed to obviously deny him D stars, so that helped a lot, but also hold on to Allende. Yeah, there wasn't really any, and I got Junta the first time, so wasn't really any way for him to get in there. He did roll badly on a couple of coups. I rolled quite well on a few coups in the mid-war, especially. He failed both Indo-Pakistani and Korean War. Yeah, and Brush War, obviously in Zaire. So I think it was Zaire. Yeah. So yeah, he was definitely more unlucky than me. But I also feel like I had sort of the upper hand in terms of board state for the main part of the game. And he spent a lot of ops walking around like this way and that way. And I guess, the country count is important, but it's so easy for me to just like coup Colombia or coup one of these and hope like you spend like 7 ops to go, 9 ops even to go. to fill up all of these. And as for Africa, I mean, Zimbabwe was available. These two through Egypt when he was still in Egypt, so I'm not sure about that. He might have been worried that I would just coup these, but still. I think he lost a lot of ops there. Europe was never really particularly interesting. I managed to stop him from dominating quite early, and then it was just like that. So Asia was I was unhappy about how I played in Asia in the early game. I should have not let him get away with all of this, but I was purged there for one turn, and then but I feel like I misplayed that slightly. Yeah, that's it. All right, so next game might be another one of those Nordic games, or it might be an ITSL game. There's plenty of games to play. I think it will be an ITSL game, and I don't remember who I'm supposed to play in ITSL, or have I already planned it? No, I haven't. All right, so don't know when the next game is, but I will see you for that one. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.